Hello people of the tube and welcome to my 6-string journey. My name is Cypher and on this channel I am documenting my journey learning to play the electric guitar. My highs, my lows, lesson reviews, gear reviews, just about everything to do with this journey. And today is really more of a catch-up. It has been, I think, over a month now since I recorded my last video. I've been really quiet on YouTube in general, both posting and also watching other people's videos, so I apologise for that, and I know a lot of you have been asking how things are going. And in this video I'm going to split it into two chunks. Firstly, just to update you on why I've been so quiet. I'll take a minute or two on that, and then I'm going to cover off my last lesson, which was lesson 39, which I did about 3 weeks ago. So I will get the guitar out in a moment. But the reason why I've been quiet, really, life has taken over yet again. It seems to be a recurring thing right now. And whilst the desire is still there, I think the commitment has probably dropped off slightly because my focus has moved to other things. I spent 6 weeks helping my daughter's partner to lay a patio, which obviously took me out for quite a few weekends when I do most of my recording. I then got involved with a back problem where I put my back out, and that took me a week or two to get over that. It still hurts, but the good thing about that is it's making me sit up more straight. My posture is slightly better, which is also making me not look at the neck quite so much, which is throwing in its own hurdles and yeah, making that quite interesting. And then more recently, over the last 3 weeks, a big opportunity came up at work and I've been putting in some stupid hours again. And when you've worked 12+ hours, the thought of picking up the guitar and running through exercises hasn't exactly been overly appealing, as probably many of you will understand. And sometimes it's just been a case of work, eat and sleep. And then obviously what time I have had, it has been a case of picking up the guitar and 5 minutes here, 10 minutes there, sort of occasionally half-an-hour sessions. But that's more been around things that I've wanted to do. So, you know, playing Joe's song rather than running through the exercises that maybe I should be doing. So maybe just a quick warm-up and then into the song, some more enjoyable things. So the frustration has been quite high in the fact that I'm not doing what I should be doing. And I'm hoping now that I'll be getting back into the regime a little bit more and the pattern of practicing more frequently, and yeah, maybe updating you guys more frequently. And as we move into July, that will be my 2nd anniversary. So again, that's focusing my mind on what's happened over the last year, which I'm going to cover that. It's not great news, but there we go. But also looking forwards. And as we start a new year, I'm coming at it with a new drive, new commitment, new desire, and you know, really want to push forwards again, both with the channel, but more importantly with playing the guitar. So that's sort of why I've been quiet. Again, really sorry for everybody that's been chasing me. I do apologise. But for the rest of this video, I just want to talk a little bit about lesson 39 and the things that we covered for those of you that are following along. So I'll be right back with that in just a moment. Don't go away. So lesson 39, this was a few weeks ago now. As I said, I haven't really been doing much with the guitar and the channel, so I am well behind. But we did the usual. We reviewed the scales, we reviewed where I was with the chords, progressing very slowly still. The bar chords still struggling with greatly. But I'm going to leave most of that for another video that I'm going to record straight after this one, which is going to be one of my full practice sessions, warts and all. I'm just going to leave the camera running on that particular one, because I know a lot of you have been asking what my current practice regime is. But one of the things that we reviewed was the A to D. Remember, we are starting to look at potentially improvisation. And the improvisation actually gets quite interesting right now, because when I'm playing Until We Say Goodbye, I get to the point halfway through the second page where I forget where I am, and I'm actually starting to improvise on one string or using, you know, some of the pentatonic boxes. And I started to do that sort of without thinking, which was quite interesting. So basically what we were doing is A, A. So the three A's in that pentatonic box, or that shape where we're at on the 5th fret. So 5th fret on the 6th string, 7th on the 4th, and then another A which is on the 1st string, 5th fret, mirroring the top one. So that one's fairly sort of straightforward. We then also looked at the D, which again is the 5th fret on the 5th string. Then we come down to the 7th fret on the 3rd string, and then the jump across to the 10th fret on the 1st string, and again moving between those. Oops. I got that totally wrong. So we've got a bit of string skipping and going there, and it's also coming back to the right frets. Occasionally I do jump to the wrong one, and then obviously mixing it up a little bit so we can run through them top to bottom. Surely isn't too bad, and then obviously mixing them up completely. So just moving around, as you can tell, sometimes I'm hitting the wrong string, and again it just comes back to continuing to practice that more and more and more. And then the other thing that we were doing with Michael was just picking a strumming pattern. So I tend to mix it up a little bit, and I'm supposed to come back and finish on the root note. So if we start off on an A, I need to be finishing on an A. So that's something else that I need to be working on a little bit. So that was A and D in the three areas. The nice thing about the D is it's making me move up the neck a little bit. And we then had the option to introduce another note, which would be the E. And I declined that one for the moment because I want to practice a little bit more on this A, D, A, D, A, D, and then moving around a little bit more. So we spoke a little bit about tone. Now tone got really interesting. Tone was all about sort of really digging in or playing much more softly. And we started off with a helicopter exercise where we basically just pick a string, so the 6th string, a fret, and you're simply playing it loudly and softly. Now the problem is, the other thing that we wanted to do with the helicopter effect was to play it much more quickly. And I really struggle with this. So when you're playing it more quickly, you want to be soft, but then much more loud, whilst keeping the same tempo going and not getting too quick. So very often what I tend to find is when I'm playing more softly, I'm more controlled. And then as soon as I start to dig in, it's starting to get a little bit quick. So that's when I tend to bring in the metronome. Try and go loud and soft a little bit. Again, I'm not fantastic at doing that with the metronome, as many of you will know, and I like to try and vary the speed without messing around with the metronome too much. So sometimes I will just be 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. And then other times I might sort of just speed it up. But like I said, I found that relatively boring. So one of the things that I started to do, and Michael said this was okay to do, is to do that tone whilst I'm working through my scales. And then mixing it up. And as you can tell, sometimes, although I know these boxes, when you're starting to concentrate more on the tone, then the tempo goes out and I tend to do the wrong notes as well. But for the moment, just getting a feeling of digging in more and just trying to keep the tempo going is the way to go. And also I've done a fair bit of that tempo work when I'm playing along with Until We Say Goodbye, so the tune that I'm learning at the moment, and I'm finding that to be quite useful as well. Even though when you listen to the song the tone seems sort of fairly even, it is quite interesting to mix that up a little bit. So lesson 39 was really all about reviewing what we've done, but more getting into the dynamics of playing, so the tone, and that's really what I'm going to be working on over the next couple of weeks leading up to my next lesson, which is actually a lot closer than I care to think right now. So that's this video. Thank you very much for watching. And for those of you that would like to follow me along, if you're not already subscribed, please consider hitting that subscribe button. And if you are following me along, thank you ever so much. It's great to have you along, and I apologise again for the long delay. I will try not to have a delay quite so long between this and future videos. And if you like this video, then please give it a thumbs up. It's very much appreciated. So thank you very much for watching. Take care, stay safe, and I'll see you again very soon. Bye bye.